Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to a another market overview video from myself, Luckshury. So yeah, let's just get into it straight away, basically, and cover what's happened really quickly because yeah, a lot happened in the last week or so since we were around here consolidating this range and this short squeeze up we're currently seeing, and what potential targets and levels in which I think you should all should be aware of. So yeah, I'll really quickly cover it because I know Luke went over it as well. We had this cipher which I pointed out a while back, literally played out perfectly. Got this bounce looking for the target between the 382 and the 618 region. So yeah, on that move up, we can look for that 382 to 618 region. We have this coming in here. So I won't really dwell on the cipher too much, but yeah, that played out. Um, yeah. So what's happened now? We swing failure pattern the lows before this short squeeze up, in which we're still actually in right now. And yeah, here are my higher term time frame key levels in which I think we should all be aware of. Yeah, so what what we've seen is we got a bounce off the previous daily level we have here around 48,300, and now we've got this nice move up above the previous daily which acted as resistance before. If we look on the lower term time frame, look, 15-minute resistance. So a simple SR flip for this. We haven't actually really back tested this, I wouldn't even say it. So if we were to come back down to this level, it'd be a nice area to possibly compound in on my long, or if you want to compound in on your long from the SFP or anywhere of this region. So yeah, that's to be with that. And I also last week mentioned we had this range in which was forming. So yeah, I had these three levels in which we eventually came up, broke down from, and yeah, once we broke down from that, there was kind of a period of consolidation down here before that swing failure pattern, and as you can see, we came back up into this level now, into this range, which levels seem to be quite well respected still at the moment. Yeah, so that's nice, and also a nice level of confluence here for that 56,500 region. If you put on the higher term time frame key levels, like really you can see there's a daily level literally right on it. So yeah, that's nice confidence for myself for a nice take profit on my long and possible scalp slash day trade short. So yeah, be aware of that. At around the 56,500 region, yeah, there's that. What else can we say? Yeah, what did we have here was I gave everyone a key level in the group around 55,300. So how I got this level, we had this area of consolidation here. You get your fixed range tool. Let's go to the hourly chart. I feel like that's the best way to show it. Back on that fixed range tool, the first candle where you have acceptance into the range to right before where you fall out of it, and then you get that 55,300 level. So that's how I came with that level of resistance, and yeah, the initial reaction from that was quite nice. We got a nice downtrend before actually taking it out and swing failuring up and come back down. So yeah, that's what's happened with that key level, and how I got that level was a fixed range tool. Obviously, I'll be posting more educational content basically on how to properly go in depth and how I use the fixed range tool properly, or like even more in different scenarios. So yeah, um, yeah. So what can we say to the downside if we were to get a further move down again below that daily of 51k? I was believe 51k. So we could possibly do the same here. We have this area of consolidation, highs, lows. Get your fixed range tool. Basically, first candle of acceptance in before we eventually broke out, and you get the level of 49,938 roughly, approximately. So yeah, we can literally just mark that out as a key level. Literally, there we go. Put it as key. I like mine in white and then red. Yeah, and then I'll just take all of this away. Yeah, so we have that's the key level of support as well, I'd say. Basically the previous range point of control. And also, if we go from swing low to swing high, put on the 618, look, you can see, yeah, you really got nice confluence around this area for a possible compound on your long position if you have got into one that is from, around this region here. So yeah, that's a nice area to be definitely aware of if we were to come down that low. But yeah, as I'll get into, the chart still looks rather bullish with the divergences we're forming in the CVD. So yeah, I wouldn't really be too concerned about this just yet, because that is still a way down. We'd have to see a retrace right now. Oh my gosh, yeah, a retrace right now around 8 to 9% before even thinking about this area to come into play. So yeah, so short term, realistically looking for that top of the range daily, previous top of this range as well to be aware of as well. So yeah, we have that going on. And yeah, so locally looking for that high, and then in terms of compounding, you could be looking for this area here, this region here, or 51,300, that daily to be aware of as well. If we don't come down to this level and eventually just come down and hit this daily, get a nice bounce, then we won't be really looking for this regions. But yeah, so 51,300, then you got 50k basically. So yeah, so those are those levels. Yeah, what else was I gonna go over? Yeah, I had this. If we go over to the 4-hourly chart, and this is more of a more macro thing I've been looking at. We have this range here in which really has been forming, like there's a deviation expansion thing you can go over, and how it plays out is you have highs, lows, and deviation at the highs. So you could have possible deviation at a high, and then once you get acceptance back into the range, basically you could be expecting down for the lows. And same here, when you get deviation at lows before you get acceptance back into the range, you could be looking for the highs. And again, deviation above before we actually fell back into the range here and then got down to the lows. And deviation here again, before you get acceptance back in. So that could be looking rather bullish. If we got acceptance back into the range, looking back up for the highs and simply trading it as a range in terms of that sense. Deviation, and I put here possible expansion because possible move to the upside. I mean, it hasn't happened yet, but yeah, there's always that to be aware of. Yeah, that's Bitcoin really at the moment. I mean, I believe last week I also gave where was it, 58,800. If we go to the high time key levels, yeah, 58,800 for me is a really important level as well. Have a lot of confluence coming in that region as well. And was it my volume profile? Yeah, you have a high volume node coming in here as well. So yeah, literally 58,800. If we were to pass this point of control daily region, if we were to claim this, then literally you're looking for this region here. And let's see, because I haven't really done this yet, but if you were to pull a fib from the swing high to swing low, where is it coming in? Yeah, like 59k, 58,800 is like major resistance, you can see. Yeah, so literally, oh no, okay, here we go, that's probably why, makes more sense. Yeah, so 58, 100, 58, between this region here, really big support, resistance for now, until claimed as otherwise. But like I said, locally, personally, it's still in my long, looking for a possible and even further take profit on my long at this 56,500 region. If we were able to claim that, then I'm looking for the 58,800, and then you've obviously got your weekly and then your basically your final daily up there. Yeah, so you have that going on. What was I going to cover on exo charts is, if we go over to this chart here, you'll be able to see on the more macro time frame, well, I say macro, 15 minutes basically, CVD divergence is literally looking insanely bullish. A low here, a low here, higher low here, a higher low here, a low, lower low, insane lower low here. So literally a further push up would be nice as well. So yeah, literally yeah, we have charts looking rather bullish at the moment, in terms of continuing a short squeeze up. Yeah, so until we really see a significant change in probably CVD divergences, because I like to look at those a lot, and they seem to provide really really accurate as of recent. So that's something to always be aware of. Yeah, so personally, if we were to get a little retrace here before further push up, I wouldn't be too surprised. But I'm not really expecting a complete move down just yet. I don't know. Just unless these CVD divergences turn out to be leading, and then you base your trades off reactions, and then you go off that. But yeah, you know, CVD divergence is looking bullish, so a move up to this really would be nice. If we get a rejection, then, you know, come down 618 regions, etc., etc. Looking at that. Also, we came up with this new daily here, coming at 49,074, which is also a untouched 4-hour level as well, if you can see here. Yep, literally 49k as well. It's a nice region. We've got a nice support below us now. CVD divergence is showing a further continuation up would be nice. A lot of people still trying to short here, so if we're able to get a move up to that daily and that monthly, that would be nice. So yeah, I've covered that, and the cipher playing out as quite nicely. So yeah, we have this region here for the downside, and to the macro upside 58,800 I'd say is a big one, or, you know, locally 56,500. So yeah, that's for Bitcoin. And what was I going over in Ethereum? Yeah, Ethereum, just in terms of its Bitcoin valuation, completely smashing it. Literally just continuing further continuation to the upside ever since like last week, really. You know, just we came down a little bit and seems to just be going parabolic right now. But yeah, that's a ETH Bitcoin pair. We could go into the key levels. Really looking at these a weekly. You know, these are two levels I'd say we need to hold, would be really nice. Before any, you know, bearish thoughts came into mind. Yeah, there's, if you want, in terms of resistance, what I'd be saying is, you know, just off first glance, because I hadn't really gone over this too much, but just off first glance, you know, from here you can see it's just like complete, you know, there doesn't seem to be too much volume going on, just like a straight move down. So what I could say here is, until we get possibly this order block here, you can see as a major take profit for myself, probably I'd be considering that just off first glance. And then you could also be looking at a 618 region. If we were to get above this, then, you know, up there around the 0.1 sat would be nice, a nice area to take profit. But, you know, looking for that weekly order block, yeah, of course that would be nice. Yeah, nothing, what else is there to cover? Not much else to look into. I mean, I'm a big fan of GRT myself, and, you know, if you're interested in GRT, literally the Bitcoin pair is just constantly hitting this weekly resistance up here, finding weekly support down here, and seems to just be consistently ranging. But yeah, I'm overall, you know, long-term bullish on GRT. So if that's your altcoin you don't want to get into, then a nice move down, maybe to the 618 from this swing low to swing high would be nice, or maybe another touch of that weekly. But I would be conservative on that because of, you know, two touches, one touch, two touch, a third touch might break through it before resistance. So yeah, be cautious of that. But yeah, in terms of Bitcoin, you know, I'm gonna be providing a lot more educational content this week coming as well, you know, discuss with everything with Luke, and yeah, we've got a lot of nice stuff coming for you guys, so definitely be aware of that coming. I saw, you know, Luke's TPO video. If you haven't watched that, go watch that already. That's really good if you want to get your insights into the TPO, you know, charts and EXO charts, etc. Yeah, something to be aware of. So me personally, I've been in a long from this swing failure pattern we had here. As soon as we literally got acceptance back up above that low, back into the long. Yeah, looking down here around this region here, rather big region for a possible compound, but, you know, a backtest of that daily, or like I said before, how I got my key level to 49,938. Literally the fixed range tool from acceptance inside this area of consolidation to the end of it gives you this key level here, coinciding with that 618. So yeah, I mean, also let me just double check this. We can go on to standard. Yeah, so yeah, you can see here as well, the daily level also coinciding with the 0.5 fib level. So yeah, that's also to be aware of. And yeah, these are your 3 key levels, I'd say, to the downside. You got this, and this here. So, you know, 3 areas in which I'll be looking to compound. And also, yeah, my take profit would be, you know, looking at this one first, followed by that monthly, and possibly that weekly if we were to get up there. But this monthly, I think, is the big one, you know, as well as a more intraday level, possibly the 56,500, you know, could get a nice reaction off that. So yeah, that's the there are the key levels, and hopefully I gave good reason as to why you should be, you know, aware of these. I like to have my levels as, you know, my day levels untouched, hasn't been hit yet, so hopefully when we get a reaction off that for the first time would be nice. As well as the monthly level, in which, you know, it's monthly open, but, you know, 3 more days left in April, so that's, you know, quite sure that's going to be a monthly unless we get a nice push up very soon and pass it, and then that doesn't become a monthly. So yeah, like I said, 3 levels to the downside, 3 levels to the upside, basically. You know, based off reactions, coming over to exo charts, checking the CVD divergences, open interest, net longs, net shorts, seeing how the view app is playing about. Yeah, and also if we're forming any new, you know, daily, weekly, monthly levels in which you lot can plot onto your charts, and I'll keep everyone updated in the Discord on my thoughts and posting a lot more ideas and etc, etc. So yeah, also looking at this again, remember the possible expansion up to the upside could coincide with this weekly up here. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Bitcoin chart at the moment and what's going on. So thanks for watching, and if anyone has any questions, my DMs are open. And also be sure to book, you know, me and Luke one-on-one sessions. We do those as well if you're interested. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll probably see you lot later this week. Thanks.